Hey guys, so here's the first fan of the day. This is a small Fasco World's Fair. I've had this for almost a year and just haven't gotten around to testing it. I bought it for the foyer of my house because I only had a polished brass one, and I really wanted an antique brass fan since the Columbia 2 is antique brass, the Slimline is brown, and the Air Shadow is bronze. Brown and brass would have actually been preferable because then all the fans would match. But this was antique brass, at least it's closer than polished brass. So sometime this week, maybe tonight, if not tonight, then maybe tomorrow, maybe another day, either I or Metal Pete and I will be changing this out. So this is also the first Metal Pete and I fan testing video with the new garage fans installed. I did a video or two. Can you hand me that water there at half? My throat's really dry.
Yeah.
This is the first video that we've done together since we've had the change the garage fans, and I'm sure Metal Pete and I will be discussing the pros and cons of the new garage fans and potential changes to the install. We both love the idea of a 3-blade blender fan.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Metal Pete likes that I ended up with the K63 back here. If he would have rathered the K55, he hasn't said. And he's warming up on the new tone, as am I.
Yeah, especially since we're looking at it saying, as you were mentioning so much of how rare it really is. We don't see these commonly installed. We don't know too many people with these either.
I mean, have you ever seen one besides in the museum?
No.
Yeah,
and I remember you picking the one up for the museum way back, like a few years ago now.
No, the one that's in the museum I had since I was a kid.
Really?
You must be mixing it up with something else.
When? November 2015. Did you get that one then?
Maybe, because I got this one.
I remember you getting one right from Thanksgiving.
Yep, that's where it was when I was in D.C.
I remember that.
I would have rather had them switched because this one was new in box and the one that's in the museum was not. I would have rather put the new in box one in the museum, but that's same with the Stratojet. By the way, that's another fan I thought about for there that I forgot about.
Yes.
Do a 3-blade blender fan on the Stratojet.
I was wondering, yes, that was a great idea because Stratojet's really a childhood fan to me.
And me too.
Yes.
So
and they would go more together. They're the same.
Yeah, that's something we can consider. So maybe that's one we'll consider putting there instead of.
My question would be like, now I know you said you like to always keep the values the same. Your notes.
Yeah.
Well, what if medium does go over?
Then I have to change the values. Then I have no choice.
All right, if you had to do it,
I've changed the values in a few here. Let me think for a second and see which ones. In the laundry room, a couple of them have changed values. I just can't remember which.
Because they go over?
I don't remember. I don't think they went over, but I think just low was way too fast because to have that many fans on at once, all the lows have to be slow.
Yeah,
I think the View fan, I know I had to change the value, and I think the Evergo, I had to change the value.
Oh, yeah.
So some of those are lower than 5 for the, Okay. So I will do it if necessary. It's like the museum. Unless it's necessary, I don't. Okay. I was actually really surprised I didn't have to change the values on the Columbia 500. I thought for sure it was going to need bigger than a 5 to start.
Okay, well, let's see what this one does.
Well, I got another story to tell about this one real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I hung this. I was going to video this right after I videoed the Brown Zephyr and just get it out of the way, and Metal Pete and I were going to work on different stuff today. But so here's what happened. I hung it, and I had the blades on, and I was going to test it to do a video, and I put it on high, and it buzzed really. It was like a buzz, not like a steady buzz, but like a buzz.
Yeah.
And it sounded like a loose screw or something, or a split blade, or you know how those things make it sound. But it sounded like it was coming from the motor. And I couldn't place it, and so I checked all the screws, everything seemed fine. Flywheel cover can often be loose on these and cause a buzz, so I checked that, and that was fine. And I did everything that I could do to get to the bottom of it. And here's the thing, if it was just testing for a video, it'd be fine, but since it's going in essentially my living room, it's got to be silent.
Yeah. So
I'm like, I'm not taking this down until I figure it out. So the screws that were holding the blade irons to the flywheel weren't original. I said, okay, well maybe they're just a hair too big, and so they're vibrating against the flywheel cover. I went and bought different screws, came back, tried it the next day, still made the sound. Again, I took the whole housing off to see what was vibrating. I ran it with no motor housing. Still, the sound didn't go away. So I took the blades back off, ran it with no blades, silent. But none of the blades are cracked, all the blade screws were tight, etc. So I'm like, okay, well, what is it? So I put 2 blades on there. two opposite blades and ran it as a 2-bladed fan. Still made the noise. So now I'm stumped. I'm like, okay, so then what I was going to do next was just take the blades themselves and the blade badges off and just run it with just blade irons and see did it make. Like, just go through the process of elimination until, until this, like, figure out what, adding what makes the sound. And, so this was earlier today. I came home and I texted you right when I got home from my rehearsal this morning. Okay. And I was getting ready for Metal Pete to come, and I was like, well, if nothing. If this is the only thing Metal Pete and I work on tonight, we're getting this fan silent before we leave. And so, but I had another thing I was going to work on. I don't remember what it was. It ended up being a fountain-related project because one of my fountains was really dirty, and I took it apart to clean it. Okay. And I changed some things, and Metal Pete's getting bored with my story. So I came out here. I turned the heat on, just in preparation to warm the garage up for us doing videos. Yeah. And I was like, well, let me just turn the fan on, and I turn it on, buzz, 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 2 blades. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to let it run on high for a while, let the bearings break in, and I'll check on it later. So I came back, and, a couple hours later, the fan had been running on high. Buzzing was gone.
Interesting.
And so then I put the rest of the blades on it, tried it again, buzzing was gone. So, yeah, I'm at a loss as to what it was, unless it was something in the bearings, like one of the bearings. But then why did it buzz with blades and not without blades?
That's a good question.
Unless putting a load on it is what changed it, as opposed to it actually being the blades themselves.
I was thinking something like that.
So, it's a mystery, but now it's silent, so now it can go up in the foyer. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so we'll do the video, and hopefully it doesn't come back. Okay. Now you can go. Take it away, Metal Pete.
All right. Okay, it's low right here. I set it all the way to low.
Beautiful slow low on these.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let it speed up.
Yeah, let it acclimate. 0.26. Kind of a high current draw for such a slow low, but I'd be willing to bet the power factor is very low.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see how. 16 watts. I'll call it.
Not as low as I was thinking, but still a pretty low power factor.
Half a power factor. It's half.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be even less than that, but well, they say that's what they say about assuming.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it is still a nice low for its factory low with the variable.
Oh yeah, and it's silent.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go up a little. Okay, let's see where it's at. 0.33. Okay, so you're now getting into functional low right here.
Yeah.
That was aesthetic, so that was a good aesthetic low.
Yeah. I wish that where it was hanging I could use an aesthetic low, but I really do need a functional low over that stairwell to try to deal. That's the problem with a split level house, is you end up heating the areas that you're not trying to heat, and so on and so forth.
Okay. 0.39. Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn it. All right. 0.43. And this is not high. This is the highest.
Medium for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. Yeah, variable low to medium. So I'm going to do a power factor on this. So 52 watts. And then now we get a power factor of 1 right here.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. So what are we drawing?
Why is the computer being weird?
4.45. And now with the pull chain. Okay, pull chain I put to high, straight high now. Blades, so, and it's a K55, so I'm going to do another power factor. See watts, 76 watts, and actually slightly lower power factor on straight high. It's like 0.89, but still close to a power factor of 1. The other power factor on with the variable turned all the way up was like 0.96. Now we're down to 0.89, so slightly lower power factor on straight high than with the variable. Okay. I'm going to do spin down. And I'm going to do the same, go through the variable with... I've already done airflows on these before, so...
Yeah.
I already know. And of course reverse is in the motor housing, so I gotta wait for it to be done spinning down. So
Yeah. So be interesting to see. You know, this might be one where I do change the values on the remote. Unlikely. No, I won't get into it.
no, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Especially if you run it on straight high.
Yeah.
Not with the variable straight high, you shouldn't.
I remember that I don't really like the values on the one that's in there, but I can't remember why. I can't remember if low is too fast or too slow, or medium is too fast. I can't remember. I just remember wishing that the values were... Okay. I think medium is actually faster than I wanted for that space. Normally I like a fast medium, but I think for there...
Yeah.
Either that or low was too... I don't remember anymore.
Okay.
We'll see, because they're not all created equal. This one might do differently.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to let that one. We're doing low reverse. And the current draw is the same. And we've seen that it's variable, so I'm just going to go straight up to turn the variable all the way up to get the highest medium that you get out of it. And we get the same current draw of 0.45. And here's straight high. 0.73. I think that was the same. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same.
I don't know if this is the original flywheel or not, but I didn't replace it. It's in remarkably good shape if it's original.
Well, let's see what your values are going to be with the decade box.
I'm curious now, because here's the thing that I remember. The one in the museum performs very differently than the one in my foyer. So that's why it's curious to me.
All right. Here's 1, 2, budged, 3. That's going to go. That should go. I'm going to let it.
Yeah.
Aesthetic. 4. And here is 5. I'm gonna let it, just to see what it actually does. But I'm getting a matching current draw, 0.26, 0.27 with this low.
Similar to the one in the foyer, right? Am I?
I don't know.
It's a little slower, maybe.
It does. I thought it was slower. This one's slower.
Yeah, I think it's a little slower than the one in the foyer.
So, would you accept this for a low?
Oh yeah,
then?
yeah.
So then,
I think I wanted a slower. I think I wanted the one in the foyer. I think I wanted just the low and the medium to be a little bit slower than they were, if my memory serves. Okay. And this is fine.
So this would work for low, and I'm getting the matching current draw.
Nice.
0.26, 0.27.
But not the same wattage, I assume.
Probably not.
How many watts was? Oh yeah, it's way less watts.
And less power factor, almost down to a quarter power factor.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now for 12. I'm going to let it speed up. Okay, the only thing that I'm now questioning is, this is at 12. With this...
How does that compare? I think that seems about the same as the one in there.
Yeah, but you got a nice slow low out of 5,
Yeah.
but 12...
Yeah.
I'm just thinking it's going to be a little bit fast.
Well, I mean, that's... Oh, how much wattage is it? What's the current draw? I mean, what's the wattage draw, I guess, more accurately?
For close to 50 watts.
Okay, so it's a pretty... Yeah. I'm just... So... Yeah, it would be nice if it was a little...
Slower medium, but you got a nice slow low out of this one. But...
Yeah, well, we'll leave it for now. We'll leave the factory values for now.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wondered. I would try to leave the factory. 13. 14. 15. I mean, like I said, doing 13, it was like a perfect high medium. If I put this on my living room, 4-speed. 16. Let me see. I'm going to hit high. I think I'm close. I've hit high. Okay, I guess I'm right on the money. Okay. 0.7, so okay, I cannot go above 16. So you're safe with the learning remote, at least. So you're not going to go over, but I can't go up to 20.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine so.
So, yeah, no April for this.
So you know what's interesting is when I was hanging the one in the foyer.
Yeah. All right. Well, we already did the variable.
Oh, is that the whole thing? Oh, yeah.
Except for 0 to high.
Up to 0 to high.
I already did the variable on the fan itself. 0.73 is the inrush. And it's dropping to 0.7. Yeah, we already did the variable up there, so I don't have to do it here.
Yeah.
So that was...
Well, so we'll see. So do you want to hang this tonight, or do you want to work on other things?
It'd be cool if we could.
Okay.
It's just a matter of...
I'll find out.
Yeah.
Because my wife's doing videos, so we want to see if we're going to bother her.
If we can't, then I'm not going to worry.
Well, let me. We'll stop this video and we'll see what else we can do. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right.